Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is Professor Euloge Anicet Nkounkou, the first doctor of philosophy in international petroleum, minerals and energy, Warlura Kwachita, international permanent expert and a diplomat of the United Nations, and were elected Secretary General of the United Nations. We are September 1st, 2022, and we start to thank again and again all women and men we saw held there came at the United Nations and to look for us. Also, as you know, there are people are following us to protect us, and there are also network of people try to fail us. So those people try to accuse us for wrong and everything, try to tarnish our reputation. We refuse that. We refuse that. When I remain silent, many people around the world get scared. Where he is, what he's doing, why he's not intervene. We cannot continue to intervene outside of United Nations. Okay, outside of United Nations, when you elected, when you finish to elected us, and you show that you elected us as a Secretary General, but without Freemasonry statute. Without a Freemasonry statute. That is very, very important. If I cannot be neutral, I will be partial and stand with the oppressor. No, the Secretary General you have today is the one, is your will. Say that this Secretary General never will be Freemason. Because before you voted for me, there are many videos I was telling you that I cannot be Freemasonry criminal organization. And I'm honest until the end. I never will change my mind. Because you sign a contract to die. They remove your first baby here to kill. The same story in Bethlehem. They kill your baby. They confiscate them. For them, your baby is their property because them give you make in vitro in you. Reproductive in vitro assistance. So also, the first time we see TV5 was threatened. The journalists were threatened. And there are many people already died. So they try to show your image, you are laughing. Don't accept this message. They try to show your image that you are laughing, but you are already dead. So give me opportunity to protect you and to get at New York. Give me this opportunity. It's possible to do that. So to protect you, it's not a joke. If you don't take this problem seriously, you will die and no one will say anything. You have a chance. You have a chance when they threaten you. It's me, your Secretary General, is put it in international community audience. But how your member of family You cannot talk when they threaten your member of family. So that the situation, actual situation. Quickly, we explain that we apply for diplomatic protection. We didn't do it before because we want to accumulate it, some mistakes of oppressor. We cannot reveal all strategy, but finally today, the 1st September 2022, we request diplomatic protection. So we send it, and we have a proof of the letter. It's here, the letter. It's here, you can see it. Demande de protection diplomatique. So, non relu, we make a lot of mistake because we were running. There is some mistakes, but it's okay. Geneva, the 1st September 2022, and we sign. So we sign, you can see your name, Professor Euloge Anicet Nkounkou, elected Secretary General of United Nations, Secrétaire Général des Nations Unies élu par les peuples des nations. Donc voilà, c'est signé. Et voilà la date. So, why today? Why you send it today? Today is the 1st September. The 1st September 2022, because they want to put us on a 2. We said no. Even if when you get where we sleep, we will request it to be in A1. A1. Because why you are 1? Because this is the document. So they can put the 1 at 2. They try to falsify. They want to put us in B. Before they want to put us. They want to put us in before they falsified A2. For us, we are the first. We are the first. And the United Nations recognize that we are the first. This is the United Nations. Whatever they put, whatever this is United Nations, at the page 5, this is the page. You can see this is me, where before I become professor, I was a doctor. So they said the first, you can read it now, the first Philosophia Doctor in International Petroleum, Minerals and Energy. So you can see it at the page. The page 5, you can see the page 5. So you can see the page 5 here. exodus. So we are the first A1, who are elected Secretary General, but there are people of bad faith. So when just they see me, they come to, they try to grant me president, president, president in front of people, because they are sending them to do so, and I'm keeping telling them, don't do that, don't do that, don't say that, okay? Don't say that, because they are sending them so that they can vote again, again, again. No, no one have to vote. We are the first doctor of philosophy in international petroleum, minerals, and energy. So the way that we have to be the Secretary General through Freemasonry, you are cheating on we people. Because we people, before they join me at the place of nation, they join me at UNGA 75, they read my video. It takes a long time, they read many, many videos when I was fighting against Freemasonry. So when the people came to vote for me, when Elizabeth and Pope Francis stood to voted for me, remember always Pope Francis said, never get in Freemasonry criminal organization. So Elizabeth also, by voting for me, agreed that I should not be, because this system, she was trapped, killed her husband. So she agreed. Elizabeth agreed. So you cannot, even if you put 2, you put 4, you put everything, all video, I introduce the first doctor of philosophy in international petroleum, minerals, and energy. And we were the first Secretary General elected through the universal vote. We are the first, never been before. So the first elected, the first doctor of philosophy in international petroleum, minerals, and energy, and the first elected through Secretary General through universal vote. We are also, after Antonio Guterres, the 10 elected Secretary General. But when you take 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. So even if you put 10 for Elizabeth, the 10 Secretary General elected, you will see it just 1. It's 1. So everywhere will go. You can put the page 5, but United Nations wrote it down and is in online, the first doctor of philosophy in international petroleum, minerals, and energy. So some document they are writing also, even if you put the first Secretary General elected through universal, this is the first time, universal vote with people around the world. Even you put it in the 10 after Antonio Guterres, 1 plus 0 is 1. So 1. So when I will sleep today, I will tell them A1, because I become elected Secretary General. The other message, when you're coming with me, we know that we were friends, we were sleeping outside, we were sharing. I don't want to marginalize you, but in public, don't come to do what people are doing. President, no. You cannot do that. Okay? You cannot do that. If I'm not going to be very proud, you can greet me, but with respect. You greet me, and you go there. just 1 minute conversation, because we will have a time in private for conversation. Will be a private conversation and official conversation. All leaders do that. Okay, private conversation with the people around, and also public conversation for United Nations. We will do that. We will have a time. You will have also email that you can write to the Secretary General directly. So there is one team will be there, will review. But what I want to say, you can put R2, you can put 4, you can put, but the United Nations, all nations recognize that we are the first doctor of philosophy in international petroleum, minerals and energy. We are the first Lurakwachit, international, permanent petroleum, minerals and energy expert and attorney and a diplomat of United Nations, so the first. And we are the first elected Secretary General in the universal vote. The 10 after Antonio Guterres, he remained the first. Okay? And that's what you have to know. As my friend, don't come to correct me like this. We change the nature. It's not me, it's changing, but the statue I have now that allow me in public to get easily conversation with you. But it must be in private. I have to make sure there is no people there, and don't shout, professor, and yeah. There are some people, because I don't want to introduce every day as a Secretary General. There are people, I will say that sometimes Antonio Guterres, they call him Antonio Guterres. Okay, they call him Antonio Guterres. But professionally, His Excellency Antonio Guterres. His Excellency, even if he is no longer Secretary General, is still Excellency. When you see him professionally, it's the same with Ban Ki-moon. He's still Excellency. Okay, he's a diplomat. Antonio Guterres is a diplomat. So that you can add, he's a former Secretary General of United Nations and me, current and official Secretary General. I want to hand, the most important is I want to hand. Don't get in the game with a killer. Don't get in the game with a criminal. If you get in their game, for sure you will suffer. Many people, they put many people in quarantine. So they block you for your email. They are watching you on WhatsApp without you to ban your freedom. And there are people they are killing. When they kill, they put the image you are laughing. Never believe in my image when I was laughing. Okay? When they are using, I don't have access to social media. So when they are using, they open TikTok, they open Facebook, but I'm no longer in Facebook since 2 years now. I'm no longer in Facebook since in Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm no longer there for since almost 2 years now. So if someone write, it's not me. If someone is asking fundraise in my name, never believe and never accept that. Okay? We have to do something honest. They have to give me salary of Secretary General and also compensation of many years. They block my work. I have contract with the public and private. I have. But when they put the image, you are laughing, they are using, when you don't know that they came to put me a poison, the poison where I'm sleeping. So I could die there, the body disappear, and you still having the image that happened to everybody. So we're fighting to get, yes, we're fighting so that I'm calling you again until the 5th to occupy New York. Because as soon as I'm in New York, you will feel yourself secure. You go everywhere, you know the Secretary General, you look at the Secretary General is there watching for us, you will feel secure. But today, there is no Secretary General there. So if you are trapped with the Freemasonry abuser, if they threaten you, United Nations, nothing. You will remain slave of oppressor. So that's what you have to know. So we request our diplomatic protection today as elected Secretary General, not a simple diplomat, no, as elected Secretary General of United Nations. Okay, as elected. There is no way for me to go to retire when I have a very high profile and competence to help a government, journalists, everybody to solve the struggle, the daily struggle. There's no way me to retire, no. They cannot retire competence and to put idiot in the power, global idiot, will come to destroy. We're going to protect the people. So I hope this small message will give you hope. So we're waiting now. Tomorrow we cannot, they make me wait in the diplomatic passport protection. They make me wait. But I wait a little bit, but I have many things to do. There is a community. I want to meet the community of Azerbaijan. Today, Azerbaijan, the community of Azerbaijan today, and I want to meet the community. I went to some woman of Brazil. We meet today. We didn't take a photo. We didn't take because I was in a hurry to go to ask my diplomatic protection. I was in a hurry. We didn't take a video, but maybe next time. But your Secretary General escaped. In Poison, you can see it. But I'm General of Forces Army. You see me. You see me. So those poison me, threaten me, will commit their own suicide, because if you have money, you have all secret services, and more than 1,000 times we fail you, so you are useless, you are nothing. Leave people in peace, because what people need is peace, is prosperity. They get a job, they work, they feed their family. They don't need aggressivity, violence, and terrorism. They don't need that. They don't need colonization, apartheid. If apartheid is not accepted in South Africa, we cannot accept apartheid in Israel and Palestine. Okay, so we were waiting to give us diplomatic passport. That's the matter, because we call, they give us address, we send mail by the post, and also we call. Okay, we call. They try to deny us the call, but we call. So if, and we talked, we called, they asked me my name, they asked me my title. I told them I'm elected Secretary General of the United Nations. And they said, I said, since 1st of July, I'm official Secretary General, so you have to, and they confirm it in UNGA 75, and we should have our diplomatic passport, or diplomatic UN passport, and also we should have our diplomatic protection of UN. But because the UN is here in Switzerland, so they have to work together with the mission, Swiss mission, okay, Swiss mission. Because I have a special statute of permanent, they cannot remove, and now I'm elected Secretary General. So Swiss mission have to work with UN, okay, because the UN is in the territory of Switzerland. So that officially, no. So they could not ask me my ID because I have the letter. I put the letter there for the government of Switzerland, federal, say that we don't find your language, we're still looking for. So we have the letter. So this letter is enough to show, to ask diplomatic passport. It's a proof. Okay? When you receive the letter of the government, federal government of Switzerland, say that because I leave my language to them, my badge. When I went to UN, they said to me, bring the whole badge, because now you become the first, the chief. So we'll change the whole badge by elected Secretary General. We will give you the new badge. So that we'll give you the new badge. That explanation we can give you. So when I get this letter of the government, show that they failed to protect my language, to protect my ID. It was for me opportunity as the great lawyer, the top lawyer. The top lawyer, so I could not wait them to find the language, but the letter is enough because the government, I leave my language to the government. If it was a private person, who can understand. Private person who can understand that this person move and travel, but when you leave your language to government or Uhuru Kenyatta, the government have to do necessary because this language is protected by diplomatic protection, international law. And when you leave your language to the government of Swiss, they have to keep it because it's protected by international law. But how the great government of Switzerland does defend the language? So this letter showed that the government failed, break international law, to fail to protect our language, open for us as the top professor of law, the top attorney, international attorney, as elected Secretary General, open diplomatic protection for us. It's not us who will go to look for our badge, but the government said that we lose, we fail, we're still looking, but we lose. We don't find your language. Me, I cannot wait. So this only letter is evidence that how long they're going to take to look my language, I cannot wait. So this is the evidence so that open for me diplomatic protection because they prove it. Okay, and many video also. Will go to see. I'm not making the video right now. No, there is a whole video we talked about it. That the conference of press. We are talking about sustainable development and economy. There are something I'm doing for economy. Remember, I came for human rights, but economy. Peace starts by the respect of human rights, and also to give dignity and respect. Okay, dignity and respect. But dignity starts to give job to jobless, to give freedom of speech, freedom of media to voiceless and press. Dignity starts there, and give dignity to refugees, give dignity to many people. So that's the message we give you. Tomorrow we'll rest, and we hope until September 5th. September 5th, we will have page 5th. We'll have already. They could send it today, give me the diplomatic protection today, but I wait. But I have many things to do. I have to go to meet some community there, and to listen to them, their struggle, their concern, and to come to make small press conference. But for sure, I will get back to you. Well, if we receive our, that's the matter. They put 4, they put 5 here. They try to put, they put 5. They put us in page 5. Okay, but United Nations writes he is the first doctor of philosophy in international petroleum, minerals, and energy. So that's what they have to do. What we have to do. Thank you to women are following me to protect me, but please, those are coming to make a sabotage, please don't come. Only the woman came to protect the chief. You don't greet me loudly, because that is not a respect. And we will continue to work with you to improve your life, to protect you, to protect a woman, to protect men. Dear woman, never let someone use you to kill your husband. Never let someone to kill, because you will be sad all your life. So ask Madame Nkurunziza, ask Elizabeth, ask all women lose their husband, okay, their loved one. Never accept that. Be in our side, we will protect you, because the system will fail. The system, look at the poison me, you can see it. But did they fail me? No. Did they fail me? No. They are ridiculous, because when you are wronging someone, with all your money, with all your connection, you cannot. So one time you get tired, but for us, we never will get tired, because you elected us to protect you, to work for your health, your freedom, your justice, to work for your economic prosperity. We don't believe in the horrible court. Okay? This is international, and the case cannot be settled with a local court, with a domestic court. This is international. Only international can settle any problem with a diplomat, with a elected Secretary General of United Nations. Be safe. I'm preparing to assist many communities that I will meet, but the most important, we have to go to sit at New York, and we want it soon as possible, this month of September. We won't wait in October, November. November, it's a darkness month that United States will make election in November. In November is for white and black, is for evil and devil. Let the United States remain that, but for us, we don't need to get in that. Okay, this September we have to sit at New York as elected Secretary General. Thank you. We want to be online every time? No. We are busy to meet the other community. Thank you.